right, we're here. We're live.
We got the thumbs up.
We got the thumbs up.
We got the
my
go
son,
man go.
My son, the director.
Woohoo!
It's the one time he gets to tell Dad what to do, and he can get away with it.
How'd you get so lucky? My guys tell me where to go all the time.
He's my co-op student. Can you believe that?
That's
it's
awesome.
True. All right, we're here live. Hello, Sarnia Sting fans. I'm David Burrows, my friend Jay Peckham, and getting ready to host the Saginaw Spirit.
Yep.
And my guess here is that Saginaw looking for a little bit of payback. We'll get Jason to bring up the scoreboard here on my phone, and we'll go back and show you. Obviously, 3-0 in favor of the Sarnia Sting to have a nice score against Saginaw. So obviously, Saginaw.
Well, and the first shutout for Aiden Hughes of the season. So
thanks for bringing that up because that was amazing. I know
it was a good performance. Like I said, I've said it before. The Sarnia Sting tend to be rather difficult on goaltenders, and we have traditionally been a little hard on our goaltenders.
Yeah.
And so, it's always been amazing to me that we would trade away goaltenders thinking that they were part of the problem, and then the next team they go to, they play like superstars, right? So.
Right.
Well,
maybe the Sting are listening to you right
now.
Yep,
but Aiden Hughes, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
He's a smart kid, and I think he's got certainly some things to learn. But it's nice to see him develop as a goaltender.
Well, I was going to say we've seen him develop, and he seems to be getting a little more ice time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, as a backup goalie, you tend to not get a lot of ice time, but it seems to be a little bit more than what we've seen. So it was nice to see him. Pull that off.
Absolutely,
and
he 40 some odd shots he faced. So I mean, it was a good, strong performance. Absolutely.
Well, let's go on and then go on to Saturday. We're going to take a look at this, and this isn't as pretty, of course, as Sarnia Sting played Sioux Greyhounds, and 7-1. And I mean, Sioux's a great hockey team. There's no denying that. They're in first place for a reason.
100%.
They're first place overall.
Well, and not only that, but I mean, they're crushing everybody. I mean, this is not just us. They're crushing everybody. They crushed Hamilton.
10-0. That's a huge score.
And so I mean, they're crushing people. I mean, they've only lost really 6-7 games all year.
Well, they are number one for a reason.
And a couple of them to us, which was is something to say in our favor for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, what are you going to do, right? Like, I mean, you got an onslaught. This is a juggernaut. I mean, insert your own cliche here. But I mean, they're playing hard. They're playing strong, and the secret is going to be that someone is going to just have to be able to figure out what it is that they're doing.
Yeah.
That we might be able to either stop them from doing or do better.
We're going to need bodyguards around here soon. They're knocking the camera around. Jason's going to need a friend. That's okay. We're still here. And, I mean, Saginaw, capable of beating the Sarnia Sting as well. We've seen that happen before.
Yeah.
Dare I bring that one time up of that horrid... We were winning and then lost, I think it was 6-5.
Well, we've done that a few times this season, which is frustrating from a fan perspective, let me tell you.
For sure.
Frustrating, especially against some of the lower-end teams. So, but, again, and we've talked about this all season long, right? I mean, any given game on any given day, and the OHL is such a powerful hockey league that really any day, some team could have a bad day, another team's got a good day, and the bottom's beating the top. It's just the way it is. It's always been that way.
And one of the things that we keep talking about, and there's a good reason for it, and I always refer back to our friend Lee Cunningham from CHOK.
Yeah.
Says there's a lot of depth to this Sarnia Sting team. We have
100%.
seen that a lot. And they've really just increased this now with the addition of Mitch Elliott in there.
Yeah.
He's already gotten his first OHL goal.
Yeah.
And people are really super excited about having him on the team.
Well, and
a good addition.
Absolutely, I think he's a great addition, and I think that you're right. This is one of the things that is a bit different from years past with the Sting. I mean, I said it in my national Sportsnet appearance. I think one of the things I was saying is that in the past, I mean, we've had some real superstars that have come through this club. I mean, we've had Steve Stamkos, Matt Martin, Mark Kadek, Alex Galchenyuk, Nail Yakupov. We've had these elite-level superstar, NHL superstar players come through this club. But in those years, if we look at the Stamkos years that we had him, we did really well. I mean, we made it into the first round. We won division title, and then we gave it away in 4 games in the first round. And you know what? I think the real difference is, Dave, was something you alluded to, is the fact that I think it's almost like the Sting are taking a real team perspective.
Yes.
You know, like we've got Jordan Kyrou, and, you know, is he an NHL superstar? Well, that remains to be seen, and I'm hoping that that's the case because it's great leadership. But the real difference this year over previous years is the fact that we've got a team built around him. You know, we've got some depth. We've got, you know, almost everybody's scored on this team.
That's right. It's an all-star team.
I would agree.
There is, you know, we've talked about it before, and I've heard it in the locker room post-game. When you ask the guys on the team, they'll tell you that they all get along.
It was just a great team effort, Coach. Absolutely.
Synergy right there, right? You know, and when you get that synergy, magic does happen.
Well, and when you're winning together and losing together, I mean, that's an important thing. Everybody bears the loss. Everybody bears the win. You know what I mean?
Losing is part of the game. And one thing I can tell you, you know, and especially in doing the post interviews, I mean, it's always a lot funnerer, if that's
funnerer,
and nicerer to be asking the questions on a great win.
Absolutely.
It's tougher when there's a loss there.
Oh, yeah.
And, but, you know, one thing I can say that I've recognized, the Sting has recognized, okay, we lost this game. They're very good at recognizing what happened, what occurred, and then they start focusing on that. We see the changes happening.
Well, and one of my favorite quotes of all time is and I think it was Nelson Mandela. Don't quote me on that, but quote me on this. He said something along. I've been known to. He said, you know, I never lose.
Right.
I either win or I learn something.
Right.
And I think that's really, you know, like that's, I get the sense that the Sting follow that. Yeah. You know, those words pretty.
Every shot you don't take is one you'll never get.
Absolutely. You know, and a whole lot of cliches you could throw out here for sure. But I think that the secret to this is they're going to have to figure out the Sioux. You know what I mean? We know that we can beat any team in the league right now, including the Sioux.
Yeah.
But we got to go back to figuring out, because, you know, 7-1 loss at this point in the season.
You can't have that again.
It's got to be tighter than that.
Let's talk about the playoffs then.
Yep.
When do we want to play them in the playoffs? We don't want to play them first round, I don't think, do we?
No, well, it's hard to say. And I mean, it's not likely that we'll play them first round, I don't think, at this point. I think we're more likely to get somebody like Saginaw or, you know, somewhere in that sort of middle range, I think.
So is there an advantage then, I guess is what I'm asking you?
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, if you're a fan perspective, the thing is, give me as much hockey as I can get my hands on, you know?
Right.
So, you know, I want to play Saginaw, or I want to play the Sioux last, you know, because I want to go 3 rounds deep into the playoffs, not just, you know, another first round, oops, we missed the target again, you know?
Yeah, we don't want any more of that.
And I don't think so. And I think, you know, this is one of probably the first years. I mean, we always hoped, you know, when we had Stamkos, and we hoped when we had Matty Martin and that crowd, and we hoped all those years that we had a team well enough. This is the first time, I want to say, as a fan, this is one of the first years where I really think first round at the least is ours.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that we have an opportunity to get pretty deep in the thing, and I believe that, because this team is good. Yeah. You know, we've got some good seasoned veterans, which you need. We've got some great newcomers that are really learning a lot and showing what they've got on the ice there all the time. And I think, you know, that's that combination that's going to, you know, take us deeper and deeper into the playoffs.
I couldn't have said it any better myself.
Woohoo!
All right.
Jay almost Peckham, like I knew what I was talking about.
I think, you know, we just might have you just keep joining us pregame. I think you enjoy it. We're about.
Give me the camera,
we're
baby.
Just under 7 minutes away. Boy, that Sportsnet thing didn't go to his head.
No, not at all.
Always great to have Jay Peckham here joining us, talking to us. Jay will be back and join us here first period for
100%,
fan perspective.
100%. Yeah.
Which he gets a little more crazier on that. So make sure you follow us everywhere. At TVSN World. Follow this guy on Twitter at Jester's Fun.
Jester's Fun.
I love that name. I wish I had that one, actually. So getting ready to yeah, we're going to take on Saginaw here coming up in a few moments.
100%.
Happy Family Day, by the way. And we're going to have the Girl Guides are here today selling the pucks for the puck throw. And we're going to have one of the leaders on here talking to us at second period intermission. And, of course, again, fan perspective, Jay Peckham. As always, post-game live down in the players' room. We hope you'll join us for that. Share us around everywhere, and we'll be back. Thanks to my son Jason for putting up with us.
Family Day, keep it in the family.
That's right. Okay. Broadcasting
Hi, family.
for the Video Show Network. I'm David Burrows, and my friend Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!
We will talk to you.